Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Shots on Target podcast. My name is Phil, joined by my man Jakey as always.
What's good, everyone?
So in honour of Alejandro Garnacho's amazing goal at the weekend, we have decided to pick each our top 5 Premier League goals of all time, but from 2005 onwards. So we hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do, remember to like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into it. Kicking off our top 5 Premier League goals from 2005 onwards, I will kick us off with my number 5, which is Jack Wilshere's goal versus Norwich in 2013. This was an absolutely unbelievable team goal. I think it was one touch from 4 or 5 different players. Norwich didn't know what the hell had happened, and it was just an unbelievable goal.
Yeah.
And that makes my top 5 very easily.
Yeah, ridiculous team goal. I don't think you'll see many better than it, and it's it's almost like that's kind of Arsenal's signature, in it. They love a good team goal, and it's what they always try and do.
Oh yeah, for years it was Arsenal want to walk the ball into the back of the net, and in this occasion they literally walked it into the back of the net.
Ridiculous goal. But moving on to my number 5. From a very, very special player, is Luis Suarez's 3rd goal against Norwich in 2013. John Ruddy must have absolutely hated playing against us that year, because Luis Suarez scored so many different goals. I mean, in that game alone, he scored 4, and I think this is the pick of the bunch. You know, he takes it down on his knee, a little stutter, and then he flicks it over the defender's head, lets the ball bounce, and then just drives through the ball, and it just floats past him. And that goal can go wrong in so many ways. You know, one missed touch, he could slip, he could scuff the shot, but everything he did was absolutely perfect. And
Yeah,
I think it was such a well-taken goal.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. That season, it just felt like anything Luis Suarez touched turned to goals.
Yeah. I mean, he played 33 games and scored 31 goals.
Yeah, it was an amazing
Absolutely
season
ridiculous.
from Luis Suarez.
Matched the record while missing five games at the start of the season. Just think
see why that is in your top 5.
Yeah.
Because you're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, my number 4 is Robin van Persie's volley versus Charlton. Now, this goal is just unbelievable in so many ways. The pass is just absolutely perfection. He's on the edge of the box. He's coming onto it at full pace, and he literally catches it, I think, with his shin, and it just arrows into the top corner. This goal is just unbelievable in so many ways. I thought this was an unbelievable strike at the time. I still think it's an unbelievable strike, and easily deserving a place in my top 5.
Yeah, I agree that it was one that I was considering, but I think there's a few volleys that are a bit better, but the technique on that goal is ridiculous.
It's the fact for me he was coming in at full pace. It's not like he has no time to think about it whatsoever. He's literally just putting his foot through it and hoping for the best. And
yeah,
what a goal from one of my favourite players I've seen in the Premier League, Robin van Persie. That guy had a left foot of dreams.
Yeah, a ridiculous striker. Moving on for mine's similar to volley, but a little bit different. It's Pajtim Kasami's goal about 10 years ago against Palace. Ball comes over the top, it's an inch perfect pass, and he just absolutely slaps it far post. I think, admittedly, he wasn't a great player, Kasami, and to pull out a goal like that, it's a very, very special goal. He takes it down on his chest and he slaps it over the goalkeeper into the far post. The technique is exceptional.
Yeah, that one was definitely a question mark for me when coming up with my top 5. It was around there. It was a tough decision to leave it out because, as you say, it's an unbelievable strike, and the angle that he has to get that ball and finish from there is unbelievable. And the fact it doesn't touch the ground,
he doesn't slow down either. He takes it on his chest, full sprint, and he hits it. He doesn't really slow down to kind of think. It's just he knows what he wants.
Yeah, it's all in literally one movement. It's an unbelievable finish for sure, and I can see why it's made your top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
So my number 3 is another goal from that season with Luis Suarez. It is his header versus West Brom from the edge of the box. This one, for me, made it's an unbelievable goal for one, but you just don't see goals like this very often. That's why it makes my top five. I wanted a bit of diversity in my top five, and this goal for me just it's one of those that gets you off your feet. It's like, oh my, I've not seen that in so long, because everyone's seen an amazing volley. Anyone can hit an amazing volley, but to get a header from the edge of the box, arrowed into the top corner with pace is outstanding for me. That one is the pick of the bunch of Suarez's goals for me that I've seen over the years.
Yeah, I can 100% see why. It's like you say, you don't see many goals, if any goals, like that. Obviously, yeah, the only comparison for a header that far out is Van Persie's in the World Cup against Spain. But then
Yeah,
and then you say like keeper was off his line, it was a looping header. But it's like a pile driver. He's gotten so much power off this header, and I can
don't get me wrong. The cross obviously has power, and he's
yeah.
basically just directed the power back where he wants it to go. But still, you do not see the goals like that very often at all. I still think that's his best goal ever.
Yeah, I can 100% see why. Uh, Number three, quite like you in your list, you had it at number five, but mine's Jack Walsh's team goal against Norwich. Um, like I said earlier, it seemed to be kind of a philosophy that Arsenal had instilled in them, that they just wanted to play nice passing football, and they've done that for quite a long time. Even now under Arteta, they still try to have them nice team goals, and I think this just I can't say the word.
Epitomised.
Epitomised. Thank you. Epitomised the way Arsene Wenger wanted Arsenal to play football,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
it
was
did.
such a fantastic team goal. And
What's amazing is it's literally so pinch perfect that everyone thought it was literally 3 yards offside. That's how
yeah,
inch perfect it really was. Like, even if we'd have had VAR, they would have given that goal. Well, we'd fucking
well,
hope they'd give that
you
goal
never
anyway.
know.
You'd
And
fucking hope so.
you'd find a way somehow with VAR to disallow half these goals.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
But
Uh,
moving on.
Okay, so my number two, just missing out on the top spot. As we said, we're doing this in honour of Garnacho, and the man who did it first, Mr. Wayne Rooney, makes my number two. I mean, what more can you say about this goal? It is an unbelievable bicycle kick against City, Manchester derby, biggest moment. Everyone's saying now who did it better, Garnacho, Rooney. It's definitely Rooney for me. I don't think there's any debate about it whatsoever. Garnacho's was good, don't get me wrong. It was an unbelievable goal. But you have to also add in the occasion, the moment, like, and just the technique as well. Just Wayne Rooney's for me. Because if you watch the clip, you can literally see him look at the goal first, and he literally knows what he's going to do before that ball even arrives. He knows exactly what he is going to do. And it's just an unbelievable goal for me.
Yeah, it just missed out on my top five. I think the only thing I can take away from that is that it hit his shin. It's still a ridiculous goal, and I think that was a game where United trounced City as well. If I'm right in thinking,
Might have been, I can't remember off the top of my head.
there's been a lot of goals in there in Manchester derbies over the years, but yeah, I can 100% see why that's number two.
Yeah.
Number two for me is an absolutely crazy goal simply because of who it is. It's Peter Crouch's volley against City. Um, just a 6'7" striker that never really looked like he had any control of his body pulls off probably one of the greatest goals he's ever scored. It's a slight touch to lift the ball. His back's from goal, and he turns and he just absolutely slaps it over Joe Hart. Joe Hart's got no chance of saving that. I think
No.
you could have put two Joe Harts in that goal, and you struggle to see it not going in. Still, it's a ridiculous goal.
I have to agree with you. And moving on from that, that is exactly what is my number one goal. From 2005 onwards, my top goal of the Premier League so far is Peter Crouch's volley versus City. And for the exact same reasons you said, I mean, you don't really think of Peter Crouch even thinking about hitting a ball like that from that far out, especially against Man City. But it drops for him nicely. He's got time, decides to have a ping, and my goodness, what a goal.
A very
And
underrated striker, Peter Crouch, as well. in my
He got
opinion.
himself about. He got himself about, and he did score goals. His job was there to score goals, and he did score a lot of goals over his career. Obviously, he played for some big teams as well. Liverpool being one of the biggest. Like, you can never write off Crouchy, the tall, gangly robot. No chance.
Nah. And moving into my number one, it's might be a questionable one, but I think for just the sheer technique on the goal, it's Dimitri Payet against Palace from a few years ago.
Snake.
He might be a snake, but this was an absolutely ridiculous goal. I think you could put 11. You could put all 10 outfield players on in the wall. You could put 2 goalkeepers in the goal, and I don't think they saved that. The way it looks like it's missing by about a mile, and then it just dips last second. He puts it keeper's side as well, just to rub the salt in the wounds. There's about 7 players in that wall, and they're not stopping that. Like, not even getting close, and the keeper doesn't even move. The keeper's rooted to his spot, and it's just an absolutely. The technique is ridiculous. I still to this day I still don't understand how he's hit that ball and got that movement off of it.
Kind of the same thing. Well, no, not kind of the same thing because it's completely different. But when you say you don't understand how someone's hit a ball and got that movement, like Roberto Carlos is, but definitely not in that ballpark. That goal will always be the best free kick of all time, and there's no debate about it. I don't care what anyone says.
100%. But yeah, that's my top 5.
Well, that is going to do it for our top 5, guys. Don't forget, we was going from 2005 onwards, so obviously we missed out on some big goals, such as Thierry Henry's versus Man United, Tony Yeboah's for Leeds, Steven Gerrard's thunderstrike against Middlesbrough. So many amazing goals, but when we were going through it, we decided to go from 2005 onwards. We might do another one and go from 1992 to 2005 and do a separate video on that. But we want to hear from you guys. What is your best Premier League goal from 2005 onwards? Do you agree with us? Do you think we missed out on someone? Let us know in the comments. And that is going to do it, guys, for our top 5. Right, that is going to do it, guys, for this week's episode of the Shots on Target podcast. We hope you have enjoyed yourselves. Remember, if you did enjoy it, to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And we will see you next week, guys.
Catch you in the next one.